Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics, Psychop. This is the 5th figure in the 6-figure 30th Anniversary Collection, and is a brand new character for the Masters of the Universe mythos. This character was created by Terry Higuchi from Mattel, who has worked on the Classics toy line. Psychop comes in the standard Masters of the Universe Classics blister card packaging, complete with a yellow burst on the front, letting you know that this character was created and designed by Terry Higuchi. The back of that packaging shows off a selection of other figures from the Classics lineup, as well as gives us a bio for this brand new character. Psychop is a nice mixture of new parts and cleverly reused older parts. Terry has said that when he designed this character, he was going for a bit of a Japanese anime feel, and I definitely get that vibe from this character. The figure sports an all-silver, almost robotic-looking head, with some bright blue glowing eyes. The torso is reused from Roboto, but now features a really cool teal-blue color scheme. And however, instead of seeing gears like inside of Roboto, we see Psychop's insides, including his guts. He sports a brand new orange belt featuring a gold Horde logo, as the bio explains that Psychop is a member of the Evil Horde. It definitely has a bit of a trap jaw flair to it as well, with those loops on either side. The arms and legs reuse Beastman's parts, so they have that furry sculpt, but done in a nice blue paint job with some really good shading to help bring out the details of the sculpt. And then we have his hands. The forearms reuse the trapjaw parts, and on either hand we have these giant scissor-type attachments. The scissor pieces are painted with the same metallic silver of his head, and accented with a nice metallic blue. They have the ability to open and close, and they are also massive, spanning almost the entire length of his body. So it is worth noting that because of their size and depending on your poses, he might be a little top heavy. But you can get some really wicked poses out of these things. Alright, so taking a closer look at Psychop, let's go ahead and start by taking a look at the articulation on this figure. It's pretty standard stuff with the head moving left and right, slightly up and down there. You got the arms with the nice tight ball joints in the shoulders, forward, backwards, up and down, swivels at the bicep, nice bend at the wrist, still got a swivel, bend at the elbow, still got a nice swivel at the wrist there so you can move them little scissor pieces around, full 360 degrees. He doesn't have a torso bend, of course, because he's using the Roboto torso, which is that whole translucent plastic. I've inspected the figure pretty good. There's no cracking in it yet, so fingers crossed this is a sturdier plastic than what we saw used with Roboto, and we won't have to worry about any cracking. There's no action feature or gears turning on the inside, so maybe that'll help with not putting as much stress on there and breaking the plastic. Plus the shoulders do look to be assembled correctly, which is another thing that'll help not break that plastic. He swivels at the waist there. He's got a good range of motion in the legs. The loincloth is the nice softer one, so you should be able to get him to sit down just fine if you need him to ride any of the beasts or fly around in the Wind Raider. Swivels at the thighs there. You got bends at the knees. These are the old Beastman ankles, so you can see the pin there. Luckily, they do feel a lot tighter. I know that my Beastman personally falls over constantly, so this guy does seem to be standing just fine on his own. I'm not having to worry about him toppling over or anything like that. Now, he's got these really cool scissor things, and they do have like their own articulation joints because you can move them open and closed. You could just kind of grip onto the little pieces that hang off there, and you see they're individually articulated from each other, so you can move just the top part, just the bottom part, or the whole thing all at once, and both of them are articulated just like that. So that's really cool for getting some different poses out of them with, the chopping feature going on. And they do feature that exact same interchangeability feature. That's the same plug that we've seen on all the figures that have had interchangeable hands. So Trapjaw, Roboto, Hurricane Hordak, Horde Prime uses the exact same part as all of those figures. So it's very easy to mix and match parts. So you can do some very cool different poses on your shelves with all your different figures. So you have the ability to once again mix and match parts. So give him the weapons from Trapjaw, Roboto, Horde Prime, Hurricane Hordak, they all work. And of course that also means that his large scissor hands work on the other guys. The interchangeability is always a cool feature of this toy line and makes for a lot of different display options. So there you go, guys. There's a look at Sidechop, the 5th brand new character for the Masters of the Universe mythos. I have to say, I really like this action figure. He's definitely one of my favorites in the 30th anniversary line. Dragoman still holds the title as the best from the 30th for me, but I think I would put Sidechop here in the number 2 spot. I think his overall design feels very vintage. I can look at this figure and, to me, see something that totally could have been released in the 80s. This figure feels very Masters of the Universe. Sidechop is part of the 30th anniversary subscription and will be available on MattyCollector.com on October 15th, 2012. Until next time!